Hi, it's Leah and welcome to my channel. I wanted to do a video, this is annoying, now that we are in the first month of 2020 and we're several weeks in. I wanted to do videos sharing my hair goals. I just feel like I need to have some this year after the disastrous last year I had with my hair, where I had a whole setback that caused a lot of breakage, and I have been working really hard over the past 9-10 months to get my hair to the place where it is, but I'm not completely satisfied. So I was like, let's have some goals and different strategies, I guess you could say, to achieve those goals this year. And as a bonus, I'm not just going to be talking about my goals, I'm actually going to be doing a get unready with me. That's the reason the lighting's a little off. I'm in my bathroom. I was not about to cart halfway across the house a bunch of lights, but I need to get ready for bed, and I thought this might be a good time to talk with you and share my goals. So before I jump into my whole getting ready for bed, taking my makeup off routine, I'm just going to share with you what I'm going to be using, so then that way I don't have to interrupt myself talking about the goals to tell you, oh, here's this product and here's that and here's this. Okay, so I'm just going to do it up front. So first off, I use some wipes to take off my makeup, and I just use these from Walmart. It's their own brand. They're like Original Clean wet cleansing towelettes, so they're off-brand kind of thing. I use one to take off my makeup. And then I follow up with the Noxzema Classic Clean Original Deep Cleansing Cream. This is an oldie but goodie. I love it, but I stop using it every now and again and try using something else, and I don't know why I stopped using this, especially because it does its job, and I do a double cleanse with it. So I will clean one time and then clean the second time, and let me tell you, it gets everything out of my pores. It is great. Then I follow up with my cleanser with a toner, which I make my own. And so this is what I have here. I have a little bit of it left. This is just like a bottle I bought at Target, and I put my ingredients in here. So what I use is a little bit of apple cider vinegar, not this much, probably this much, a little bit of witch hazel, a bunch of water, and then I put a few drops of lavender oil in it to kind of break up the apple cider vinegar smell. And then I follow up the toner with this serum that is from The Ordinary. It is the, I don't even know how to pronounce it, the niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. Anyway, this is the high strength vitamin and mineral blemish formula. It actually does a pretty good job on helping to keep me from having too many blemishes, and also from having the blemishes become pretty big, because a lot of times I can get some that get a decent, I mean not huge, but get a decent size, are pretty visible, and they will last for a long time, and then they would leave a black spot. I don't have that issue with using this, but I only use it at night. I don't use it during the day. And then I follow all of that up and end with a moisturizer, and the one that I've been using right now is from Shea Moisture. It is the Green Coconut and Activated Charcoal Moisturizing Jelly Cream with white tea. It is pretty moisturizing. I like it. My face liked it, didn't break out. I only have a little bit left in this jar, and then I've got one more jar to go, but this lasts me a long time. I don't know though if Shea Moisture still sells this, but once I'm done with the jar and change that I have left, I will be using something else because I am no longer using Shea Moisture products. I have a video about that, although it's focused more on the hair stuff, but I'll link it down below for you in case you're interested in seeing it. So now that I've spent a few minutes talking about all the products I'm going to use on my face, let's talk about my hair goals and get this makeup off. Okay, so early on in life, I would set New Year's resolutions, and I also realized early on in life that I was not good at keeping my resolutions, and I think the reason for that was because I never really had a plan for how to get to that end goal essentially that I was setting with my resolutions. So I stopped doing them, and as I've gotten older, I realized that I needed to actually have some goals for some things and make them kind of actionable and achievable, and have a plan for getting to the end result that I'm trying to get to. So that resulted in me, when I started my healthy hair journey, to create hair goals. And I had them for the first few years I was doing my healthy hair journey, and then I kind of dropped off at some point where I was like, I just don't need to do hair goals anymore. I'm good. And that was, I think, sort of a mistake. It kind of helped me lose focus with how I was caring for my hair. So now this year, because of the issues I had last year in 2019, I am setting some new goals, and I am thinking really clearly about how I'm going to achieve them and what is that time frame. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm being realistic about it too, because that's one of the biggest things I find about goals, is that sometimes we can set them with great intentions and then they're just not achievable because we try to get them done in such a short amount of time, or we try to have too many that we can't focus on anything. So my first goal is to finalize my hair regimen, and I know that if you've been following me for a while, at least for a year, I've been talking about that for probably 9 months now, because when I found out I was having issues with my hair, I realized that a lot of the hair products I was using was causing the issues. So it was like, well, I need to get rid of these products or use them less, and I need to find substitutes. So I started to do that. I thought I had a hair regimen pretty much figured out, and then I found out that several other products I was using, which were Shea Moisture products, were being discontinued, and I was like, well, there goes that. So now I'm working on trying to find substitute products that I can use instead, and that's kind of been a longer process than I thought. But I was like, if I can just cull this down and put a time frame around it, then hopefully I'll be able to get this whole regimen figured out. So I'm breaking my hair regimen goal into 2 parts to help make it more bite-sized so I can achieve it. So the first part is to essentially figure out what the framework for my hair regimen is, like what are the steps that are going to be a part of it, and then what are the types of products that I will need to use. So I want to figure out that framework first, and then figure out the framework by the end of the first quarter. So I have like 2.5 months to do that. As of the recording of this video, I have about 2.5 months. And then by the end of June, I want to have figured out what are the exact products that I'll be using within my regimen. And so I think that'll help make it easier to get there. I'm setting my goals to be pretty realistic by the end of the quarter for the first sub-part of this goal, and then by the end of June for the second sub-part of the goal. And the hope is that then my hair regimen will be totally finalized within 6 months. But I hope that I'll be much better at this than I think I will be, and I'll be able to have everything done before the end of June. So that is my first goal, to have my hair regimen finalized. So on to my second goal, which is to get my hair back to its healthiest. Now, my hair's come a long way since I started having issues with it. I had at some point last year wanted to cut it all off, and I didn't do that. I was able to nurse my hair back to the state that it's in, which is great, but it's not good enough. Particularly when I look back at pictures and videos of my hair from like late 2017 to early 2018, I feel like, my hair was looking really good. I was really happy with where it was. I didn't have like any major issues. It was kind of like we're maintaining the state that it's in, and it could have gotten better, but I think it was pretty good. And I want to get back to that. So there are a few things that I'm doing to get my hair there. The first one is kind of obvious. I just kind of talked about it. I'm going to get my hair regimen finalized, including the steps and the products that I'm going to be using. And then I want to also make sure that I'm following the regimen consistently and not falling off the wagon, so to speak, and veering off and using products that I have no business using, or just even slacking on stuff where I'm not moisturizing and sealing when I need to be, or I'm not deep conditioning or something, where I just don't want to take shortcuts and have those shortcuts be disastrous. So I want to get this hair regimen finalized and follow it. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I want to get a haircut. And I don't mean like a haircut where I'm cutting off a ton of hair. This is going to be a haircut where I am addressing the areas that had breakage. I had a bit of breakage in certain parts of my hair that is causing it to look kind of weird when it's down. It's created some unnecessary and unwanted layers, and I mean, the layers just don't look good. So I don't usually wear my hair all the way down. I usually, if I wear it down, it's in like a half up or half down ponytail, however you want to say it. And that's just to hide the breakage, because a lot of the breakage is on the top layer of my hair, and then down at the nape a lot of it happens. So totally trying to cover that up. But I think that I can, you know, take care of that by getting a cut, and that'll also take care of some of my ends, which I think I have a few split ends and everything. So I think that'll help with that. And then the third thing I want to do is to continue with my hair vitamins. Now, this is probably going to become a part of my hair regimen, but I wanted to call it out because I have been using a few hair vitamins from a couple of different brands. I saw some really good results for those. Right now I'm taking biotin pills from, like, I think it's Nature's Made or something, biotin pills. And the reason I'm taking those instead of the hair vitamins from, like, the Main Choice or Mael, who I said was the ones that I liked better, is because I bought some Mael vitamins during the Thanksgiving Black Friday sale, and they took several weeks to get here, and I was out of hair vitamins and didn't want to stop taking any. So I bought a bottle of biotin pills, not even thinking that this, like, bottle has like 180 vitamins in it. So it's going to take me a while to get through them, but I mean, even still, I think the biotin's helping my hair, not as much as Mael would, but at some point I'll be switching over to the Mael vitamins, but I plan to continue to take them every single day, and hopefully that will help my new growth in particular, so then that way the hair growing in is even stronger and better, and of course that ends up being the hair that is part of your length. So that's the third thing that I plan to do to help me achieve this goal. I can't remember if I said when I wanted to have my hair back to its healthiest. I think I may have said it, but I want to have it like be there, or be as close as I can get by the end of the year. So I have a full 12 months to do this. Right, so that's it. Like I said, I wanted to keep it simple. I'm only going with 2 hair goals this year. And we'll see what next year will bring, but hey, we just started 2020, so I'm not going to think that far ahead. Oh, I haven't finished doing my nighttime routine. I totally forgot to put on the moisturizer. I got so caught up with what I was talking about. Okay, so now I want to hear from you. Leave in the comments below pretty much almost anything related to this video. Like, what products do you use to get your skin ready for bed? What is your nighttime skincare routine? What are your hair goals for this year, and what you're going to do to achieve them? I'd love to hear all about it. Let's talk in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up as well. And please also share it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.